welcome back. Next episode in our product backlog management series with the hyped up music. Better than coffee, isn't it, Todd?
Yeah, it feels like coffee.
Today we're talking about product backlog item attributes. You might be wondering, why are we talking about the product backlog so much? Well, and as Ray knows, because Ray just walked in, Scrum.org has launched a new class, Professional Scrum Product Backlog Management Skills. Check out the description for a link on how to take the course and everything about it. But yeah, we're hyped about the product backlog, so we're doing some new videos this week. Check it out, and we hope to see you in a class soon. Todd, today we are talking about product backlog item attributes.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these so important?
I think the consistency in attributes and understanding the domain of work or the different domains of work that you might be working in helps to create transparency, right? And
Yeah.
I think it's as simple as that. And Ray is very interested in this subject. That's why she came in.
She definitely looks like it. We have not bored her at all. So, Todd, product backlog item attributes, of course, you're talking about a title,
Yeah,
a description, a size, a value, right?
Mm-hmm.
Recreation steps.
Ooh, can we stop right there?
Oh, okay, I'll stop.
No, because I think this is something to pull on.
Reproduction steps. Yep.
Interesting. So, Ryan, are reproduction steps universally applicable to every product backlog item?
No, I would typically only expect to see those on like a bug or a defect or something weird happening in the system, right?
Yeah. So now we can get into that domain of work conversation, right? Because
Sure.
I think title and description are probably universal across a bug or a new feature.
Yep.
Or
Non-functional.
Enhancement, non-functional.
Sure.
But reproduction steps are, like you were just saying, are exclusive to a bug, right?
Sure.
So we could probably say it's value and size. Those might be related to new feature or enhancement, but title and description probably universal.
I'd go with that. Maybe even like acceptance criteria. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we have acceptance criteria. And you know what? I think too, though, if I'm going to do something as it relates to a bug, I also want to know that maybe the version.
Sure. And if
So
we don't put order up there, someone's going to just yell at us in the comments, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, version's interesting, Todd.
Yeah. And this kind of just universally has us thinking and like we have to identify what domains of work we have, right? What we've outlined here are very traditional software development domains of work, right? Like you have maybe the better thing to say is work item type, right? That's what we would call that in Kanban. Work item type was a bug or a new feature enhancement, non-functional requirement. So let's maybe say work item type there. Work item type can help to define the attributes that you have. But let's look for those universal ones first. And go ahead.
No, I think it's just interesting in that the more consistent we are here, right? So we've talked about in previous videos, like levels of decomposition and being consistent in the way that we break down our work and the way that we display our work visually as we break it down. This is another one of those consistency breeds transparency kind of discussions, right? Where on new features and enhancements, we always have a title, description, value, size, and order. Let's say that those are the 5 that we standardize on, that we will, an acceptance criteria on the back of the card. And so a stakeholder knows to expect those things. A user, a developer, a Scrum, that everyone knows that that's true. But on a bug, perhaps we have to change that. But for every bug, we're going to be consistent in what we provide, right? And non-functionals, again, would have different things as well. And that consistency allows someone to understand quickly what they're looking at, why they're looking at it, and how that information could help or serve them. And I think that is so critical on a team. If we're not consistent, and if we just kind of haphazardly go about this, it's very difficult for our work to be well understood. If our work is not well understood, it can't be inspected correctly. And if it can't be inspected correctly, adaptations do not occur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to that point, there's a word of caution in this. Don't do this with your attributes. And if you're listening to this, what I've done is I've copy and pasted all the sticky notes that I have just to display what happens when you have too many attributes.
Yep.
Because I've worked in contexts where, because we can modify our system, because we can add new attributes, we can add custom attributes, you end up with, when you create a product backlog item, having to fill in 78 mandatory fields. And it just is almost an impossible endeavor because we've created too many attributes. So I think there's a word of caution here. And I think it goes back to a universal saying that we have when it comes to product backlog: keep it simple. So have the very minimum amount of attributes that you can have for work item types. Try to find the commonalities across them. And Ryan, like you were saying, consistency leads to transparency, and so does simplicity.
Yeah. And I'll give you all a kind of a guiding principle here that's completely made up, not scientifically rooted, and you're welcome to ignore. But if you have more than 5 required attributes for a PBI, you need to rethink that.
Yeah.
And take a hard look at what you're doing and try to get it down to 5 as soon as Scrum Masters. That's an impediment that you need to remove. Get it down to 5 or less, 5 or fewer, I should say. All right, Todd, I think that's well covered. What I think we're going to do now is head to our end screen here. We want people to really dig into these ideas, which is why we're doing this video series. Be sure to check out the description to learn more about the Professional Scrum Product Backlog Management Skills course. There's a lot of great topics, including we go a lot deeper into attributes and why the consistency and all those things are so important. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Check us out on the socials. We tend to send out alerts when new videos drop, but if you click that bell, you won't need it. Some new videos are going to pop up here as well. Be sure to check those out. We'd also love your comments. Leave us your comments on this show and others. We'd love to hear what's helping, what's not, and how we can do better. For Todd, I'm Ryan. Go forward, get those required attributes down to 5 or fewer, and we'll see you next time.